Okay, now I have all my parts ready to go. Got my rhino, got my dino, got my leaves. Leaves are a little big. I just changed them down a little bit, just because they're a little bit oversized for what I want, but they're not the worst. There we go. All right, I know I said I wasn't going to do anything more, but I did. All right. If I was really doing this, I would spend way more time. It's kind of fun to animate, and I do more stuff in the background, but whatever. All right, so now what I want to do is the dino. I'm going to have the rhino come in, greet the dino, and then the dino is going to eat the rhino. Then the rhino will eat the dino. So it's going to take many different steps. And I'm going to have to start with having many different movements to the dino. So I'm going to use the puppet warp tool for this. So you do want to label your layers. I didn't do that. So this will just be dino 1. So each one, so if I want the dino to eat the rhino, I need to do the steps for it. So I'm going to make sure I'm on the dino layer. I'm going to go to edit, and I'm going to go to puppet warp. Now we've used puppet warp in the past a little bit, so I think you guys know to use it in case you forget. Anywhere you touch, it's going to make a pin, and that pin will hold that area in place. So I'm going to do a lot of pins as I go, and the only thing I want to do is let's just have his head move. So I'll put a pin here, and that's where it's going to swivel. So just make sure it's blue. If it's got the little blue dot, it's ready to swivel. And then if I click, you can see, I can move his head now any way I want. So I'll have his head move up a little bit, and I will do, actually before I do that, I didn't do one thing. Command D, this is another important thing, return. Didn't do anything. Command J, I need to make a new layer. Now I'm going to do because you want your original dino. So this will be dino 2, is what I want to do here. I love when I make mistakes, because then you guys don't make the same mistakes I do. All right, there we go. We're going to go to edit, and we're going to go to puppet warp, and now we're going to do that same thing. So go ahead and randomly put in my little pins to hold them in place, and then I will do this one that has the blue is going to allow it to move, and I'll move it up. You can see my other dino there, and hit return. All right, now same thing. I want to do another dino. Command J. I'm going to do it from this, not the original dino, the second dino, and I'm going to go to edit, and I'm going to go to puppet warp. And then I can go ahead and, oops, he got moved over a little bit. We don't want him moving. Be careful about when you do the pin so that he doesn't get frightened and move a little bit. And then I'll try to move him just, there we go, a little bit better. So he's going to raise his head. There we go. Now, let me do the window and timeline really quick so you guys can see just what I've done there. So I will turn these off, and remember you do a create frame for animation. This is not really my animation, so I'm going to delete it, but just so you can see, I'll make 3 frames, and then the first one I have that rhino, next one, turn off that rhino, next one, turn off that rhino, and then I'll make one more because he's going to need to put his head back down. So now when I play, watch, there he is. He's ready to go. The more frames you make, the smoother it'll look, all right? So let's go ahead and get rid of these because I'm not going to use these right now because I still have a lot of animation to do here. All right, so I'm going to have him reach his head up, reach it down. Then when he goes into this, the next one he's going to start to get ready to eat the rhino. So I'm going to do, the rhino will be right about there. I'm going to edit, I'm going to go to puppet warp. And then, oh, I made a mistake again. All right, I need to be on my dino layer. Edit, and then we go to puppet warp, and then, all right, lock him in place again. Be careful and do this so you don't move him. Now this is going to be a little different because it's not going to be from the neck. I want to start stretching his his mouth out a little bit. There we go. And hit. Oh, crap. I did it again. I don't want to save that. Oops. Command Z, because I need to make a copy of this layer. Oh, yeah. So don't fall for what I just did there. Now he's on the top here. Now I'm gonna go. Add it. Papa warp. There we go. Now he's ready to go. All right. Line him up. Now I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out and pull it down just a little bit. Hit return. Now I will do a Command J. See, when you are doing this all by yourself, you can focus. I'm always thinking of what I'm going to do next, and a lot of times I make mistakes, so I apologize about that. Puppet warp. Here we go. Put him in place. Oops, I knocked him over a little bit. Be careful not to move him. Now I'm going to go ahead and stretch him out a little bit. Stretch him down. I can come in here and I can... You know what? I need to take off that second dino layer because it is... I guess I can't let do this because it is kind of causing me a little bit of a problem. Alright, well, I'll just make it a little bit longer there. Alright. I do want that off so I can see what I'm doing a little bit better. Alright, now, another Command J. Turn off that layer. Go to Puppet Warp. Line him up again. Now, I'm going to start by line him up really nice. I can pull that down, pull it up. There we go. Now his teeth are getting nice and big. Alright, return. Now I'll do another one, Command J, turn off that one. Go to Edit, go to Puppet Warp, and so lock him in place. Now I can move his tooth over, and this tooth can come over. So, a lot of stretching going on here. Bring that down, that one. There we go. Alright, that's getting better. And then hit return. Now I'm going to do one more, Command J, that one, then go to Edit, go to Puppet Warp, line, lock him in place, stretch him even more, a lot bigger stretch, there we go, his mouth's going to be nice and wide, return, Command J, drop the other one, Edit, Puppet Warp. Whoops, I went to the wrong one. Command, return, edit, Puppet Warp. There we go. Lock him in place over here. And then it's better. Return. The more you do, the better it's going to look for your frames. It's getting a little blurred there, but it's not going to matter because it's going to go by so fast. Start raising his tail up. Maybe this foot could go back a little bit. Now this is really where he's going to start eating the rhino. I'll frame a little, maybe we can bring that just a little bit in. Return, let me try one more. J. So it's going to be a lot of frames for this, obviously. All right, now I'm going to return. There we go. Now, like 2 more and we'll have it. So I do have to be careful because you're going to start to see the Rhino from back there, but don't worry, I'll fix that in the animation. So let me do a Command J, shut it off, edit, up a warp. So I am going to lock it here. I'm going to bring this over. Oops, lock him here. Now I'll bring this over. Start to bring this in. Oops, let's bring this up. And then I will do return. Well, maybe I'll, yeah, maybe a little bit. Return. All right. Now let me do a Command J, edit, pop a warp. All right. Right here I'm going to put one. Right here I'm going to put one, and here. So this is going to come down. This will definitely come down. This is going to come all the way up. So he's really coming around. Let me do a Command J. All right, we're almost done. Let me just do a few last ones. And then I'm going to animate for the Rhino too, and I won't put that in there because the next one we're actually going to be animating. So you can see, I'm going to make it go into a little tiny ball. I don't think I need to go do all the other steps because I think you guys will understand. And then I'll show you how to animate it. But this is already up to 15 minutes, so I'm going to stop here in 1 minute. No, I don't have time. All right, so that's it for this video.